From the silent shadows of battlefields to the controlled chaos of competitive long-range shooting, sniper rifles occupy a singular place in the story of modern firearms. They are precision instruments, engineering statements, and sometimes instruments of strategic change. In this review project from Scoper 360, we go beyond names and specs to understand what makes a rifle truly powerful in 2025. Is it raw anti-material punch, repeatable sub-MOA accuracy at extreme ranges, modular adaptability, or real-world combat provenance? Expect a direct, no-fluff examination that balances cold technical data with hands-on style impressions and a few candid personal takes. This series examines 12 rifles in depth. The original 10 from the Scoper 360 script plus 2 additional contenders chosen for their impact on extreme long-range and anti-material roles. For each rifle, you will get the essential technical profile: caliber, action type, barrel and chassis notes, typical effective range, an objective assessment of its strengths and limitations, a subjective evaluation of how it feels to operate under stress and in realistic scenarios, a concise personal recommendation giving context on who should consider it, and a market price range to help you understand value and availability in 2025. The tone will stay faithful to the Scoper 360 voice, informative, slightly cinematic, and focused on practical relevance. The FN Ballista slips into our expanded top 12 as a pragmatic, modular bolt action that blends military-grade engineering with the versatility demanded by modern operators, built by FN Herstal in Belgium. The Ballista answers a different question than the oversized anti-material giants on this list. It asks, how do you deliver surgical, repeatable precision across mission sets without shipping a whole armory? Objectively, the Ballista is a full-featured, user-configurable bolt-action system offered in multiple calibers and barrel lengths to suit everything from 7.62x51 NATO precision patrol work to Magnum-class rounds for extended reach. It uses a rigid, free-floating match-grade barrel mated to a robust steel action, feeds from detachable box magazines, and rides on a chassis that supports a folding, fully adjustable stock, modular rails for optics and accessories, and quick-change barrel options on some variants. In practical terms, that translates to, typically, sub-MOA accuracy with match ammunition in competent hands, very consistent shot-to-shot behavior, and an ergonomics package designed for long sessions behind glass. Subjectively, the Ballista's strength is its balance. It's not trying to break the ELR records of custom extreme long-range systems, nor is it trying to be an anti-material behemoth. Instead, it delivers a resolute mix of accuracy, field serviceability, and adaptability that makes it a favorite for units wanting one chassis to handle many tasks. My personal take is that the Ballista is the sort of rifle that grows on you. It doesn't flash or headline with world record kills, but it becomes indispensable when you need a precision rifle that can be reconfigured for a new mission without sacrificing inherent accuracy or reliability. Downsides? It doesn't have the theatrical punch of a CheyTac BMG platform, nor the absolute specialized ballistic advantage of proprietary ELR cartridges. And at full Magnum setups, weight and cost climb quickly. Maintenance and spare part considerations can also be heavier for military spec variants. For collectors and professionals considering price as a factor, standard Ballista configurations typically fall in the mid to high range of production precision rifles, roughly in the ballpark of $4,000 to $8,000 USD at retail depending on caliber, barrel choice, and factory options. Full custom or military pattern builds with premium optics and accessories can push that figure substantially higher. In short, the FN Ballista earns its place at #12 as a modern, adaptable precision workhorse, a rifle that doesn't chase headlines but consistently delivers the kind of dependable accuracy and flexibility that wins jobs and earns trust in the field. Slipping into the 11th slot is the Steyr SSG 08, a rifle that represents classic European precision engineering distilled into a field-ready package manufactured by Steyr Mannlicher in Austria. The SSG-08 answers a simple brief: deliver pinpoint accuracy, ergonomic refinement, and absolute reliability for marksmen who demand repeatable performance in real-world conditions. Objectively, the SSG-08 is a precision bolt action built around a rigid, cold hammer, forged free-floating barrel, and a stout, match-grade action. It features an adjustable stock with an easily tailored cheek piece and length of pull, a two-stage adjustable trigger, and a detachable box magazine. The rifle is offered in common precision calibers to suit mission needs, from 7.62x51 NATO 308 Winchester for standard sniper tasks to Magnum class options for extended range work. Its bedding and receiver design focus on harmonics control and thermal stability to ensure consistent groupings over long strings of fire. In performance terms, that means many SSG-08 builds routinely produce sub-MOA groups with quality ammunition, and the platform is praised for its shot-to-shot consistency and predictable recoil impulse. Subjectively, the SSG-08 carries the quiet confidence of a refined tool rather than a headline seeker. It's the kind of rifle that feels balanced in the hand, that rewards careful follow-through and sensible maintenance. Unlike the showy ELR monsters or heavy .50 platforms, the SSG-08 is understated. You notice its virtues when you spend an afternoon dialing dope, when the rifle returns to zero after dozens of rounds, and when you trust it in marginal weather. My personal take is that the SSG-08 is a quintessential precision workhorse for teams that value accuracy, modularity, and ergonomics without paying for exotic cartridges or exotic hype. It's a rifle optimized for real-world sniper duties where consistency, shooter comfort, and maintainability matter most. Weaknesses are straightforward. It cannot match the extreme terminal power or mile-busting supersonic retention of purpose-built ELR systems, and when pushed into heavy Magnum calibers, weight and recoil climb. As with any precision rifle, supply and parts for specialized military variants may also be more limited than ubiquitous commercial models. In terms of cost, standard civilian and law enforcement configurations typically range from roughly $2,500 to $6,000 USD, depending on caliber, barrel length, and factory options. With full custom or military pattern builds and optic packages driving the price higher. To sum up, the Steyr SSG-08 earns #11 as the refined European precision specialist, a dependable, accurate, and ergonomically polished rifle that performs quietly but superbly in the hands of an experienced shooter. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is the Steyr HS.50 M1, a deliberately simple and brutally effective anti-material rifle that channels Austrian engineering into a purpose-built platform for the 50 BMG cartridge. Objectively, the HS.50 M1 is a large-caliber bolt action designed to do one thing very well: deliver immense muzzle energy and penetration at long ranges. Its heavy fluted barrel, typically in the high 60-centimeter range, paired with a substantial multi-port muzzle brake and a robust bolt, gives the rifle the mechanical stability needed to tame the brutal recoil of the 12.7x99 M round. The MONI upgrade adds a detachable box magazine where earlier HS.50 variants were single-shot, improving follow-up capability without compromising the platform's legendary reliability. Typical effective ranges are in the 1,500 to 1,800 meter class against material targets, and on soft targets, it can still be feared for damage and terminal energy at great distances. Accuracy for its role is solid for a 50 BMG, consistent enough for anti-material and counter-sniper tasks, though it rarely matches the sub-MOA potential of purpose-built ELR bolt guns in smaller Magnum calibers. Reliability is a clear strength. The straightforward bolt action and rugged materials mean the HS.50 tolerates harsh environments and heavy use with relatively simple maintenance. Subjectively, firing the Steyr is a reminder of scale and trade-offs. There's an imposing heft to the weapon that inspires confidence in the shot, and the recoil is dramatic even with the break. But the ergonomics are functional rather than luxurious. For a shooter who values a proven anti-material tool over modular gimmickry, the HS.50 feels like a field-hardened workhorse. From cost perspective, expect to find retail prices generally in the mid to high five-figure range used, and factory new pricing often reflecting the premium of 50 BMG platforms, roughly $8,000 to $12,000, depending on configuration and market. My recommendation: the Steyr HS.50 M1 belongs in collections and arsenals where hard-hitting, low-complexity anti-material capability is the priority. It is not the best choice for lightweight mobility or extreme precision ELR contests. But when you need an uncomplicated 50 BMG solution that will keep working, the HS.50 is an honest, effective pick. Moving up the list. Next, we examine the precision-focused Sako TRG-42 at number 9. At number 9 sits the Sako TRG-42, a Finnish masterpiece that blends surgical long-range accuracy with military-grade durability. Objectively, the TRG-42 was purpose-built as a precision sniper system and is most commonly chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum for ELR duty, though variants exist in .300 Win Mag and .308. The platform centers on a smooth bolt action mated to a cold hammer forged free-floating barrel typically around 27 inches, a rigid steel receiver, and an adjustable composite stock bedded into an aluminum chassis for rock-solid harmonics. The magazine-fed system, match 2-stage trigger, and industry-standard Picatinny rail make it a straightforward, shooter-friendly design. Performance is where the TRG-42 earns its reputation. With good ammunition and a competent shooter, it routinely delivers sub-MOA groups and effective engagement envelopes that push past 400 meters for personnel targets. Recoil in .338 Lapua is stout but predictable, and the rifle's weight, commonly in the 11 to 13 pound range, helps tame follow-up disturbance. Reliability and environmental resilience are hallmarks. The TRG family is known to keep working in extreme cold, wet, or dusty conditions without demanding exotic maintenance. Subjectively, operating the TRG-42 feels like working with a precision instrument built for purpose. The bolt glides cleanly, the ergonomics lock the shooter into a repeatable position, and the rifle communicates confidence through its balance and crisp trigger. It doesn't have the modular flash of more recent chassis systems, but its refinement is obvious the moment you shoulder it. From a market perspective, expect a premium. New or well-configured used TRG-42s commonly trade in the mid to high five-figure range, roughly $7,500 to $12,000 depending on caliber, aftermarket barrels, and included optics or accessories. My takeaway: pick the TRG-42 if you want a factory-level precision package with proven combat and competition pedigree. It's a professional's choice for accurate long-range engagements where reliability under stress matters more than headline-grabbing modularity. Next up our countdown is the innovative Desert Tech HTI at number 8. At number 8, we meet the Desert Tech HTI, an American-built extreme long-range platform that turned heads by packing heavy calibers into an unexpectedly compact bullpup chassis. Objectively, the HTI's defining trait is its bullpup layout. By placing the action and magazine behind the trigger group, Desert Tech achieves full-length ballistic performance with a much shorter overall rifle. The system is offered in potent chamberings, .50 BMG, 416 Barrett, 408 CheyTac, and DON 375 CheyTac, among them paired to free-floating match-grade barrels, robust single-shot or detachable magazine feeding depending on configuration, and an effective large multi-chamber muzzle brake. The HTI is engineered for ELR and hard target interdiction. Effective ranges commonly extend past 1,800 meters with the right cartridge, and the platform accepts heavy optics, range-finding gear, and other mission equipment via extended Picatinny rail space. Reliability and build quality are strong points. Desert Tech's manufacturing tolerances and parts fit yield a system that tolerates rough handling and field use. Subjectively, shooting the HTI is a study in controlled power. The bullpup balance makes the rifle feel more compact and maneuverable than a traditional long-barreled 50 cal platform, while preserving the long sight radius and muzzle velocity you need for distant shots. Recoil is still substantial on heavy cartridges, but the HTI's mass distribution and an effective brake keep follow up, aiming more practical than many long conventional designs. The trade-offs are clear. The bullpup ergonomics take a short adjustment period for some operators, and overall weight, often in the 18 to 22 pound range, depending on setup, still demands consideration for transport. Price-wise, HTI rifles commonly command a premium given their niche capability and specialized construction. Expect civilian retail in the high four-figure to low five-figure range, roughly $9,000 to $14,000, depending on caliber, barrel length, and included accessories. My recommendation, choose the Desert Tech HTI if you need true long-range or anti-material performance in a package that's significantly shorter and easier to handle than traditional 50 caliber rifles. It's an excellent choice for specialized military units, ELR competitors who value compactness, or serious enthusiasts who prioritize terminal performance without monstrously long overall length. Moving up the list, next we examine the French PGM Hécate II at number 7. At number 7 is the PGM Hécate II, a French-built heavy sniper and anti-material rifle engineered for durability, stability, and uncompromising power with the .50 BMG cartridge. Objectively, the Hécate II is a robust bolt-action system with a massive, free-floating fluted barrel, a multi-chamber muzzle brake, and a detachable box magazine, often 7 rounds, designed to sustain accurate fire against hardened targets and equipment. The receiver and bolt are built to withstand the pressures of large-caliber firing, and the stock is adjustable for length of pull and cheek height with folding or detachable options to aid transport. Its published effective ranges for material targets commonly exceed 1,800 meters, and its accuracy for a 50 BMG platform is competitive, often around 1 MOA, with quality ammunition and a trained crew. Reliability in harsh environments is a hallmark. PGM's reputation for precision manufacturing means the Hécate II endures field conditions and heavy use with predictable maintenance. Subjectively, the Hécate communicates confidence. It feels engineered rather than improvised. The controls are positive and deliberate, and the recoil is aggressive, but well managed by the brake and the rifle's considerable mass. Operators report the Hécate II is steadier for sustained engagements than many lighter 50 cal rifles. The trade-offs are weight and bulk. Expect an unloaded rifle toward the upper 20s in pounds and an overall package that demands planning for transport and deployment. Pricing reflects its specialized role. Expect high four-figure to low five-figure ranges on the civilian authorized market, commonly around $10,000 to $16,000 depending on configuration and included accessories. My recommendation: the PGM Hécate II belongs with units that need a battle-proven anti-material rifle with military-grade build quality. It is a platform for those who accept weight in exchange for reliability and hard target capability. Next in the countdown, we examine the Accuracy International AX-50 at number 6. At number 6 sits the Accuracy International AX-50, a purpose-built heavy anti-material rifle that takes AI's legendary build quality and scales it to the .50 BMG class without surrendering the brand's emphasis on precision. Objectively, the AX-50 pairs AI's proven 6-lug bolt and robust receiver with a match-grade free-floating barrel, a multi-chamber muzzle brake, and a fully adjustable folding stock that preserves shootability while reducing transport length. The chassis and bedding systems are designed to minimize harmonic variance and keep repeatability shot after shot, and the rifle feeds from a detachable 5-round box magazine. In terms of performance, the AX-50 is notable for producing remarkably tight groups for a 50 BMG platform. Competent shooters with good ammunition can expect accuracy that approaches or occasionally beats 1 MOA, and effective engagement ranges for material and long-range targets commonly fall between 1,500 and 2,000 meters, depending on conditions and load. Reliability is classic AI, bomb-proof in extremes of temperature, dust, and moisture, and exceptionally consistent under heavy use. Subjectively, the AX-50 feels deliberate and reassuring, heavy, yes, but balanced, with controls that are positive and ergonomics that allow a shooter to settle into a repeatable position for precision work. Recoil remains significant, as you would expect from .50 BMG, but the combination of weight, stock design, and muzzle brake make follow-up and observation manageable in trained hands. The trade-offs are weight and cost. The AX-50 is a premium tool with a matching price tag. Expect civilian or authorized military pricing to sit in the mid to high 5-figure range, roughly $12,000 to $18,000 depending on configuration, options, and included accessories. My recommendation: choose the AX-50 if you need a professional-grade anti-material rifle that emphasizes accuracy and service-proven reliability. It's for units and owners who accept the logistics of a large-caliber system in exchange for a platform that will deliver repeatable, hard-hitting performance under the harshest conditions. Moving up to the top half of our list, next we look at a modular modern system that redefined adaptability for precision shooters. At number 5 is the Barrett MRAD platform in its MRAD MK22 ASR guise, the modular rifle that helped shift the industry toward user-level caliber swaps and mission-adaptive weapons systems. Objectively, the MRAD is built around a user-changeable barrel and bolt system that allows transitions between calibers, such as 7.62 NATO, 300 Win Mag 338 Lapua Magnum, and in military spec M22 ASR configurations, .300 Norma and .338 Norma with minimal tools and without sacrificing zero. The rifle rides on a rigid aluminum chassis with an adjustable folding stock, match-grade trigger, and a long monolithic top rail for optics. Performance across calibers is consistently high. Sub-MOA accuracy is achievable in every chambering with quality ammunition, and the platform's modularity makes it a versatile choice for mixed-role deployments. Recoil and balance vary by caliber, but the chassis design and available brakes keep the rifle controllable and comfortable for extended use. Reliability was a key factor in its selection by US SOCOM. The MRAD M22 ASR demonstrated durability and consistent functioning in demanding test conditions. Subjectively, the MRAD feels modern, well-balanced, and intuitive to reconfigure. The quick change concept genuinely changes how teams plan loadouts and logistics. There's also a psychological advantage. A single platform that can be reworked for different engagement ranges reduces the burden of multiple single-role rifles. The cost reflects that capability. Civilian MRADs typically retail in the $4,000 to $7,000 range, depending on accessories and caliber components. while fully outfitted military-spec MK-22 ASR systems and matched conversion kits land well higher when priced for procurement. My take: the Barrett MRAD MK-22 ASR is the rifle that made modularity practical rather than theoretical. If you value adaptability and want one platform to cover multiple mission sets, from patrol overwatch to ELR precision, the MRAD is a forward-looking, battle-tested choice. Moving up the countdown, we approach the elite class of ELR specialists and classic heavy hitters. At number 4, we find the CheyTac Intervention family, a rifle system engineered specifically to push the practical limits of extreme long-range accuracy. Objectively, the Intervention pairs very long, match-grade free-floating barrels with a rigid, highly stable action and was designed around proprietary high ballistic coefficient cartridges, the .408 CheyTac and .375 CheyTac, that hold supersonic velocity and resist wind drift far better than many conventional Magnum rounds. With a properly matched optic, ballistic solution, and environmental data, the Intervention has been demonstrated to make credible precision shots well past 2,000 yards in controlled conditions, earning its reputation in ELR circles. The rifle feeds from a detachable box magazine, uses a strong bolt-action design, and is typically built into a purpose-designed chassis that maximizes shooter interface and vibration control. Subjectively, the Intervention feels like a scalpel for distance. It communicates every nuance of the ballistic solution, and when everything is dialed, the rifle inspires near religious confidence in the shot. Recoil with the CheyTac rounds is substantial, and the system tends to be heavy, often exceeding 30 pounds in full ELR trim. But that mass is part of the design to stabilize follow-through and return to sight. The trade-offs are clear. Proprietary ammunition can complicate logistics and increase cost, and the platform's complexity and weight make it a specialist instrument rather than a general-purpose tool. Typical market pricing for complete intervention systems and matched ammunition places them at the premium end of the spectrum. Expect total system costs, rifle plus optics and ballistics kit, to commonly exceed $20,000 when outfitted for true ELR work. My recommendation: the CheyTac Intervention is for shooters and units whose primary mission is to push precision to the farthest practical limits, and who can support the unique ammo and logistics that come with it. Coming in at number 3 are Accuracy International's modular AXMC AXSR systems, rifles that combine battlefield-proven durability with factory-level precision and true multi-caliber flexibility. Objectively, the AXMC family is built on AI's 6-lug short-throw bolt and a modular chassis that accepts quick-change barrels and bolt heads to convert between cartridges such as 338 Lapua Magnum, 300 Win Mag, and 308 without sacrificing match-grade performance. The barrels are free-floating match units. The bedding and chassis control harmonics tightly, and the adjustable folding stock ensures consistent ergonomics in the field. Performance is legendary. Out of the box, these rifles routinely deliver sub-MOA accuracy with quality ammo, and in competent hands, they extend engagement envelopes beyond 1,400 meters reliably. Reliability under extreme environmental stress is a defining feature. AI rifles are famed for operating in Arctic, desert, or maritime climates without loss of zero or function. Subjectively, shouldering an AXMC feels like picking up a tool designed by someone who actually solved the problems long-range shooters face. Ergonomics, trigger quality, and intuitive controls let you spend time shooting and less time fighting the rifle. The main compromises are cost and weight. These systems are premium products and command premium prices. Expect $12,000 to $20,000 for fully configured systems with options and matched barrels. My take: choose the AXMC AXSR when you need a battle-proven, highly accurate, and adaptable platform that will work in the harshest conditions and hold its performance when lives depend on it. Holding the runner-up slot is the McMillan TAC-50, a heavy .50 BMG bolt action that earned its place in history through record-setting combat performance and a single-minded focus on extracting accuracy from the 12.7 Ti-99M cartridge. Objectively, the .7 Ti-99M cartridge. Objectively, the TAC-50 combines a rugged, match-grade barreled action with McMillan's stiff fiberglass stockwork to create a platform capable of remarkable precision for a .50 caliber rifle. The TAC-50 has been the instrument for some of the longest confirmed combat sniper engagements on record, demonstrating not just theoretical range but practical, repeatable performance under combat stress. Accuracy with match ammunition can be surprisingly tight for a .50 BMG, and effective engagement ranges for personnel and material targets commonly exceed 1/800 meters under favorable conditions. Subjectively, the TAC-50 feels like a purpose-built instrument. The recoil is massive but managed by design. The bolt and controls feel robust, and the rifle's balance and bedding promote repeatable shot-making. The obvious trade-offs are weight and portability. The TAC-50 is large and demands planning for movement, but when you need proven extreme range precision with the destructive capability of .50 BMG, it is hard to beat. Expect pricing in the high five-figure range for complete authorized systems, with many military contracts and custom configurations pushing total acquisition costs well beyond what the civilian market typically sees. My recommendation: the TAC-50 is for units and collectors who want a combat-proven, precision-oriented .50 BMG that has demonstrably worked at the limits of what shoulder-fired rifles can achieve. Topping the list at number 1 is the Barrett M82, also known in military service as the MONI 107, a rifle that did more than define the anti-material class. It made the .50 BMG accessible as a semi-automatic tool for combat units worldwide. Objectively, the Barrett's semi-automatic short recoil operation sets it apart by allowing a semi-auto platform to handle the immense forces of the .50 BMG. Barrett delivered a weapon capable of semi-automatic follow-up shots while keeping the powerful ballistics necessary for anti-material tasks. The mighty .282's robust design, distinctive large muzzle brake, integral bipod options, and reliable feeding from 10-round box magazines made it a favorite for disabling vehicles, equipment, and engaging distant material targets. While its precision is generally behind that of bolt-action boutique ELR rifles, typical accuracy might be in the 1.5 to 3 MOA band. Its semi-automatic rate of fire, combat-proven reliability, and ubiquity give it unmatched tactical versatility. Subjectively, firing in M82 is an exercise in controlled power and intimidation. The recoil is dramatic, but the action soaks much of the impulse, and the rifle's mass and ergonomics make it surprisingly manageable for trained operators. The trade-offs are size, weight, and less than bolt-action precision for tiny targets, but for many real-world missions those compromises are acceptable for the operational benefits. Price-wise, Barrett M82 MON 107 platforms and their variants commonly place in the mid-five-figure range, new, and vary widely with military options and export configuration. My recommendation: the Barrett M82 MON 107 is the archetypal anti-material rifle. Choose it when semi-automatic fire, proven combat record, and dependable destructive power are mission priorities.